Are your property taxes in Toronto about to look like the Bitcoin chart as of late? Yes, Bitcoin is going to moon, and so are your property taxes. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Brett. I am a realtor in the Durham region with Royal LePage. If you like what you see in this video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button so we can juice the algorithm and give it what it wants, more eyeballs on this video. Today's video is my 3 reasons on why you should consider a move to Durham. I think right now the number one reason you should consider moving to Durham is just the economic shock that we got today from the city of Toronto, where they unveiled a 10.5% property tax increase. And they've also stated that if the feds don't pony up funds for the asylum seekers and the migrants coming into the city of Toronto in massive numbers, what they're going to do is propose a further increase to what's already tabled in the budget. Now, you may be thinking, well, Brett, if we move out to Durham, our property taxes are actually higher than they are in Toronto. Yes, that's true, but what we're experiencing out here in Durham is a big time price slide, and the assessed value of your home is always less, and it's going to be less than the home you're selling in Toronto. And from a purely economic standpoint, another reason to move outside of the city of Toronto is you're going to only pay 1 land transfer tax, not 2, to buy a house in the city of Toronto. So it's therefore going to keep more money in your pocket. Now, there's obviously amazing benefits to living in Toronto, like the food scene and being entertained all the time and having a lot to do. But that obviously costs a lot of money. And I feel like in the city, you always need to be spending money to actually have fun. So what I thought after university was, I'm not going to move to the city like a bunch of my friends did. I'm going to enjoy a lower cost of living out here in Durham, and I'm going to do different things with my money because it allowed me to have more money to purchase a nice house. And at the same time, you can take those extra funds that you're saving and invest in something maybe other than housing. What a concept. And thus allowing you to secure a very comfortable retirement when you get to that point in your life. Okay, we've got the obvious financial benefits out of the way. So now let's move on to number 2. In Durham, you're going to enjoy a slower pace of life. And these portions are where my bias is going to come in because I am most clearly biased and I am not really a city person. So I don't like a ton of people around all the time. I don't really like the hustle and bustle. I like my nice little quiet life out here. And that's what you're going to enjoy in Durham. But that doesn't mean that it's all, sleepy bedroom community type of stuff. Durham is increasing its amount of employment land available. And in the next 10 years, what they really want is Durham to be less of a bedroom community and more of a place where people are going to live and work as well. Maybe you're getting a little bit older and you're a millennial like myself, and you have plans that you want to maybe start a family, have them grow up in a place with a little bit more space. And if you don't quite have the income needed to get into a nice detached home neighborhood in the city, Durham is also a great way to go. And that segues into my third point of Durham is a very family-friendly community. So there's a multitude of factors that we talk about when we are addressing the family friendliness of neighborhoods. And the first one I can think of is the amount of crime and the safety of the overall neighborhood. And we've all seen the headlines on the news. Toronto is usually where all the junk is happening. And out in Durham, we just have a much lower volume of crime in general. It's a very safe place to live. All of the communities in Durham are pretty much good to go. And there's only like a few little pockets here and there where, you need a key to get into the Tim Hortons washroom. And that's a dead giveaway that you may be not in the right neighborhood. The next aspect is the availability of great quality schools. So to get into a neighborhood with great quality schools in Toronto is probably going to take a little bit more money than you're going to need to spend out in Durham. And we have amazing schools with amazing ratings at places that if you sell your place in Toronto, you're likely going to be able to afford to live in those places with great schools in the Durham region. So another way where the family friendliness of Durham shines is because it's cheaper to live here, because you have more families. Any of the community events that they're having in the region where they, shut down the main street in the historic downtowns is always geared towards family fun. I've been to Toronto, the College Street one, I forget what it's called, and tasted the Danforth, and it's centered around food and the businesses, but it's pretty adult and it's more of a party. Out here in Bowmanville, where I live, you have Apple Fest, you have Maple Fest, and there's always lots of fun stuff for the kids to do when a bunch of people from the town are getting together. I personally love it. It's like a Hallmark movie when you walk around sometimes, and maybe that's not your thing, but for me, for my wife and my child, it's one of the best things that I love about Durham is all the community focused events that we have. So now this is a little bit of a bonus round, and I'm going to go over a negative of Durham if you're moving from Toronto, is that transit here is not amazing. I'm not going to say it sucks, and I really don't know too much about it because I don't often take transit. A lot of the places in Durham region are set up that you have a car. So since you're not paying that second land transfer tax, what you can do is take that money. You can buy a nice modest car, maybe an older Toyota Corolla, good on gas, will last you forever, and you can continue your financial prudence out here in Durham. And if you're going to have a family, I don't know how easy it is to get a 2-year-old on the subway and actually get them to sit down and not be running around the train car all the time, because I can't even get my 2-year-old to stop running into the kitchen while my wife's trying to make dinner all the time. So if you have a kid and you have them on public transit all the time, just let me know in the comments below if it's easy or if it's difficult. And this next one, it's probably going to expose my inner hick, but if you move to Durham and you want to make plaid as your lifestyle, you can do that and not be embarrassed. All right, that's it. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And if you want to contact me about moving to Durham, it's always going to be the first link in the description. See you on the next one.